Welcome back to ACP. He leveraged this story based on our own extensive knowledge of cybercrime, and we have made sure that this is accurately grounded in reality. The hacker always exploits people as well as technology, so watch out. Welcome back to Assured Cyber Protection's Cyber Fables. I'm Andrew and I'm the Chief Operating Officer of Assured Cyber Protection. Last time, the hacker learned that Crimson are working towards a political aim, something that they call the cause. They reached out to the hacker and got him to find a way to share a politically charged video. To do this, he leveraged the internet-connected TV management system at a hotel, which was hosting a large conference. If you missed it, feel free to go back and have a look at the previous episodes. In this episode, the hacker gets the opportunity to meet another member of Crimson in person and is given a very challenging task which could help facilitate a major attack. As you already know, the story you're about to see is entirely fictional. The attacker, the target, and all the people involved do not really exist, but we have created this story based on our own extensive knowledge of cybercrime, and we have made sure that this is accurately grounded in reality. The hacker always exploits people as well as technology, so watch out for the opportunities where you could have stopped this attack from being successful. Lastly, if you have any questions about the attack or want to comment, feel free to use the chat. We'll be answering as many of these questions as we can at the end of the session.
Come on, you've got to admit it. I am nailing it, right? I mean, I can't believe it's only been a couple of months since I first heard about Crimson. What a difference that those couple of months have made. I mean, I can't believe it. I've been in the news. Obviously not my real name. I definitely don't want anyone knowing that. But people are recognizing my work. I'm clearly getting somewhat of a reputation. And the best part is I'm having an effect on the world. I do all of this because of the cause. And that means something, right? And it's not just having an effect on me and the world, see? The difference it's having is on Crimson too. People are recognizing the work that I do and people are coming to me for advice. Someone the other day reached out to me asking how you're supposed to clone a website. Oh, do you remember the first job I did just a couple of months ago? And I had to figure that out myself. I had to go onto YouTube and learn how you're supposed to clone a website. Of course, I was more than happy to help them. That wasn't much of an issue. So, what's really exciting, and far more exciting than helping other people, I know, is that someone reached out to me. Now, have you heard of Emerald Maze? You probably have, to be honest. Maze took part in this very large attack. They raised a load of Bitcoin using ransomware, and they did some really, really cool stuff. Well, Maze reached out to me fairly recently and said that they'd like to meet up. It's cool, right? Keys. Well, I'm more than happy to meet Maze, and I'm really excited about this opportunity because I've never written my own malware. So having the opportunity to speak to Maze and ask those kind of questions is going to be great. But I don't want to be late. I need to make sure that I'm getting there on time. It doesn't feel very fair to Maze to make them wait, especially when they're going to be so kind as to teach me everything I want to know. So, wish me luck.
Of course, this is all super risky. Traps like this are exactly how the feds catch us. But I also know how hard it is to get on the inside of the Telegram group. And I can't help it. I can't miss this chance to meet Maze. I suggested that we meet somewhere remote. Maybe somewhere abandoned. But he suggested something else. He thinks there is somewhere we'll be even more invisible. When he said it, I thought he was insane. We are literally meeting to discuss crime. But when I really thought it over, his suggestion made so much sense. We're going to meet in a neutral place. Somewhere that doesn't out either of us. Somewhere public. Somewhere surrounded by people. See, people like us don't normally meet. We work online. Am I making a mistake here? No. I've thought it through. Nothing links me to who I am online. I'm just someone meeting their friend. Right? Right?
Good evening.
Oh, hi. You alright?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. You?
Yeah, I'm fine, thanks.
Good. Can I get you a drink?
Yeah, sure. Can I get... Sorry. Raka, please.
Raka?
Yeah.
Sure. And what would you like that with?
Nothing.
Nothing. We don't normally serve it that way, but sure. Your choice. Are you sure you want that?
Yeah, why?
No reason? Black hoodie. Seriously, a hacker in a black hoodie.
You?
Yes, me.
Not exactly what I was expecting.
It's funny because that is more or less exactly what I was expecting.
What's wrong with it? I'm blending in.
You are blending out. You couldn't stand out anymore.
It's a black hoodie. There's nothing wrong with a black hoodie.
You are a walking cliche right now.
Look, I'm sure you didn't bring me here to just berate me for my fashion sense, did you?
Well, it wasn't just to berate you.
Okay, for what then? Why did you bring me here?
Look, as much as it pains me to say, you did a good job. You got into the hotel, you got out of the hotel, and as far as we know, you managed not to get caught. So, well done, I suppose.
Yeah, it was pretty cool, wasn't it? Did you see the thing on the news? And the social media videos, they were all really good.
Yeah, we saw the news, we saw the social media video. Well done. You did what you were supposed to do.
Yeah,
It
was
good.
clever.
It was. But the thing is, that was, just the start. There's more that could be done. There's an awful lot more that could be done.
Okay, well, tell me more.
Well, before we move on to that, you remember the cause, right?
Of course I remember the cause.
And you believe in the cause.
Look, I took a huge amount of risk on that last job. I wouldn't have done that if I didn't believe in the cause.
Yeah, okay. Drink up. There's something we need to tell you about the cause. It's not entirely real. I mean, it's real for some people. There's a bunch of us in Crimson that think they're going to change the world and that can be their little lever to leverage some kind of political change. But
Wait, you're telling me none of that's real?
well, it's not that it's not real. It's just that some of us have different motives to others.
What did I do all of that for then? What was the point?
Well, fundamentally, reputation. Look at what happens to Crimson since you did that. Like you say, you said it yourself. We've been in the news. People noticed us. That helps us.
So what? What's the point?
Money.
I am not doing this for money. No way, I'm out.
Wait. Hear me out. Are you telling me that you didn't enjoy it at all? You didn't get any excitement as you were leaving that hotel?
Yes. Yeah, of course I did.
I mean, we can see that you've been living the lifestyle since you did it as well. We know that you were rewarded handsomely. Well, that was small. That was a small job.
Okay, I'm listening.
Things get much easier when you join a team. And the rewards, well, they get pretty handsome too. But we need to know that you're going to commit to it. Can you be part of the team?
Sure.
Sure?
What?
Are you sure?
Yes, yeah, I'm sure.
No
I'm sure.
more tantrums? No more hissy fits? You're not going to storm off again?
Just tell me what the job is.
Fine. Listen to this. We're planning something huge. I can't tell you the specifics just yet, but you're going to have to trust me. The plan is to get as many people as possible to download this piece of malware, and when they do, it will allow us to get that device to run an attack for us. Imagine this, someone asks you a question, you'd be able to answer that just fine, but what happens when two people ask you a question at the same time? It becomes much harder to answer. That's what we're trying to make happen, because computers don't deal well with being asked too many things at the same time. Except it won't be two people. It'll be thousands. So this attack, it'll be silent for now. Those who downloaded this botnet malware will probably never even know that it happened. Until we pulled the trigger.
Something big, huh? It's almost worth doing the job just to find out, I suppose. Okay, so the mission is to spread some malware. How do I do this? Well, I really like those USB devices. They're not particularly expensive, and what I could do, right, is I could get handfuls of these devices, thousands of them if I need to, install the malware onto them, and then slowly drop them in a car park. I could even write things on them that makes them more interesting, makes people want to pick them up. Maybe something like bonuses or news. Anything that gets people really interested to pick them up. Yeah, that could definitely work. No, wait a minute, there's a problem here. I need to spread this malware to lots and lots of people. I'm gonna need thousands upon thousands of these devices. It's going to take so long, and then I'm going to need to distribute them in a specific area, and I need to find some way of getting lots of people to... No. USB devices, that's not going to work. Okay, how else? All right, how about we go for a classic? Something that's worked for a very long time, and it works for a reason, I suppose. Let's talk about phishing. Just sending emails with a link to the malware. People receive their email, and then people click on the link, and it downloads the malware to their computer, and they're infected, ready for this attack. Okay, now that could work. What I'm going to need to do is make the email very convincing. I need people to pay attention to that email, don't I? So I'm going to have to find something that lots of people are interested in, and that's particularly hard because people like different things. How do I get everyone interested in the same thing all at the time? And where do I find so many email addresses from that people are likely to... Yeah, phishing would work. But come on, I can do better than this. Even if I had 100,000 emails, I'm only going to get a very, very small portion of those. So I really need something that's going to do better. Come on. Where do lots of people go? A cafe? A bar? Maybe a hotel? I've learned a lot about hotels so far. I've been quite lucky. All the attacks seem to have worked very, very well. So many people come through a hotel at any given time. They stay there. Maybe they pick up some malware and then they leave. Perfect, more people come in, and then the churn of people in the hotel means that we are constantly infecting new devices. That sounds marvelous. And these people then spread this virus all over the world because they're traveling. That's great, that's exactly what I need. And best of all these hotels have free Wi-Fi, right? So if they've got free Wi-Fi, people are coming and connecting to this Wi-Fi, and it's not normal Wi-Fi. It's not just like your home broadband. What it is, it's a big high bandwidth connection. Hotels have fat pipes. That means we can take advantage of that when we run the real attack. Anyone who's at the hotel, we can fire a lot of information across their computer and do more with that because they're in that hotel. This sounds really valuable. This could work, definitely. How can I run the attack then? What could I do that would take advantage of people being in the hotel, being logged into that free Wi-Fi network? I think I've got it. I've got an idea. My idea. It's pretty wild, but I think it's going to work. And besides, I really, really, really want to make sure I prove Maze wrong. I'm good at this stuff. I know what I'm doing. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use something that's really cool. It's called a pineapple. Strange name, but you'll see why in a minute. Now, the pineapple is designed to get people to connect to it like they would any other router. Bear with... Okay. It's a pineapple. See? The pineapple itself is just like any other router. It's a bit souped up. But you know how you've got your router at home and your router is designed to help pass the internet around your house, connect devices to the router and then the router to the internet. This is similar. It's very much the same technology. But what it's going to do is try and sit between any device and the router. Now, much like a home network, there are routers in the hotel as well. The router that they have are a little bit larger because they're designed to carry a lot of traffic. This will still do what I want it to do in that situation because it's doing the same thing. Now, using this, what I'm going to do is get this to act like a network, and it will broadcast an address like any other router. So what we could do is call this one Evil Network. I don't think many people are going to connect to something called Evil Network, are they? Do you see why it's a pineapple with spikes? So, well, you're not going to call it Evil Network. That's not going to help. But what if we called it something that people are likely to connect to? So the first way that we can do this is if we go to Chateau d'Or, we can figure out what their normal Wi-Fi network is called. You know, the free network that they're bound to have because every hotel has some kind of network like that. So let's name this the same as that network. Maybe it's called the Chateau d'Or Free Wi-Fi. So I program this to be called the Chateau d'Or Free Wi-Fi. Now, when someone connects to or sees the Wi-Fi at the hotel, they're going to see two Chateau d'Or Wi-Fi. And they've got to pick 50-50. Which one is it? So they pick one of them, and then maybe that one is this device. And when they connect to this device, I can pass malware to their device. Perfect. But I need better odds than 50-50, and luckily this does a few things that are pretty cool. One is it broadcasts at quite a powerful signal, so we're more likely to connect to this one than we are the main one. But I don't want to rely on technology alone. I think we can do something better. Now, given the choice, why call it the same as the Wi-Fi network that already exists? Let's try and convince people. Rather than call it Chateau d'Or Free Wi-Fi, let's call it Chateau d'Or Ultra Fast Free Wi-Fi. Which one would you pick? Of the two, obviously you want a quicker Wi-Fi connection, so maybe you connect to mine. And if you do, you connect to mine, I pass you the malware, and then I just pass what you've done straight onto the normal network. And you would never know the difference. So that's the plan. We're going to take this and deploy that at the hotel. Oh, I can't wait to show Maze. And I'm going to set this up, and it's going to take a couple of days. But when I'm done, I'll give him a ring, and I'll show him what we've been working on. Hey.
Hello. Well, it's good to see you blending in a little bit more.
Yeah, I thought I'd take your advice. This worked better, right?
It does work better, and I'm very grateful that you took my advice. So, bring me up to speed. What's the plan?
Okay, right. So I know what you want me to do. You want me to infect as many devices as we possibly can. Yeah? So I thought of a couple of things. The first one, I thought maybe we could take some USB devices, we could infect them with the malware, and then just spread them out all over the place and people would pick them up. But, see, I know what you're thinking. We cannot do enough devices to have a big effect. So forget that one, it doesn't work. And then I thought, phishing. Yeah, we could phish thousands and thousands of people. Good idea?
Labour intensive. Are you going to sit and write all of those?
No, it would be the same email going out to everyone, and then we'll use some pretty nifty ways to get that happening very quickly. But I still think that's not the right way to go about it, okay? Because I think that with the email list we'll use, and don't be wrong, we can use hundreds and hundreds of thousands of emails. But because we're trying to send the same email to lots and lots and lots of people, we're only going to get a small percentage of those click on the link. And I don't think that's going to do enough for what you want.
No, that's not going to achieve the objective.
I found something really cool. Have you heard of a Wi-Fi pineapple?
I'm fairly familiar with them.
Yeah? So hear me out. I reckon what we do is we take a pineapple, we set it up here, and then people will connect to the pineapple. When they do, it will infect their device with the malware.
Interesting. But that's a little bit more sophisticated, and I don't know, do you think you can do that?
Yeah. Want to show you?
If you can.
I thought you'd never ask.
Still got those stickers on the laptop though.
What's wrong with the stickers? Have you seen one?
I have seen one. That one looks particularly suspicious though.
What makes it suspicious?
Well, it doesn't look like a normal piece of kit to just have on a table, does it?
No, I know. Don't worry about it. It's not going to be a problem. So here, look at this, okay? So this is already connected. It's been running for a couple of seconds. I set it up just before you came in. And there we go. So we've got five people connected already. That's in a minute, 2 or 3 minutes. Six people, there we go.
People really do love free Wi-Fi, don't they?
Free ultra-fast Wi-Fi. And it's not even a different Wi-Fi. They're going onto exactly the same network that they would be if they went for the regular free Wi-Fi. Simple.
Okay, good, it's working, you've proved that, but what are you going to do, sit here for 6 weeks?
No, I'm not. See, that's the beauty of this, because these aren't connected. So I reckon what we do is we hide this somewhere in the hotel.
Okay, that seems feasible, but what if someone finds it?
Just imagine for a minute, okay, that you're not an IT expert, you're not a professional, okay? What does that look like to you?
Something that's supposed to be there, I suppose. It looks fairly important.
Is it the kind of thing that you would play with?
I'd probably steer away from it.
Yeah, would you tell anyone about it?
Why, it's there for a reason. Why else would it be there?
And that's exactly what I'm relying on. So I reckon we put that somewhere in plain sight where people can see it, and then people will just ignore it. I mean, look around us. People ignore things they don't understand. This does not look normal. What we are doing right now is playing with all this technology in a busy place, and no one is saying a thing.
That's true. Not even the staff have tried to interrupt us.
I know. It's incredible, right? I mean, I would expect your average customer just to ignore us and walk away. But you would have thought that one of the staff members would have just said, "What are you doing?"
Okay, I think you've proved your point. I trust you. This is going to work. Let's go hide this.
Let's go hide. It's still running, and it's working. 100,000 people so far. Over 100,000 people. Just think about that for a second. 100,000 devices all over the world ready to launch the attack when we say so. This is a weapon beyond imagination. The amount of power that Crimson now has is unimaginable. It's incredible. We'll be able to turn off anything connected to the internet. And pretty much everything is connected to the internet nowadays. So now we just wait for the call. We wait to find out what the attack is and what we're targeting. And when we do, then we'll run our attack. Now, I know it's not for the cause, but I still think that this is going to change the world. And that's what I set out to do right in the beginning. I just need to find out what it means. And there's another benefit. I think I'm starting to prove myself to Maze. And that's good. He thought I was an amateur, but so far I've managed to build something that is incredibly powerful. Now, there are some challenging side effects. The hotel themselves are going to have kind of a hard time, because when this attack runs, it's going to be the nexus of everything. Every device in that hotel is likely to be infected, and that means when we run the attack, all of those devices are going to be part of it. And when they're part of it, whoever's investigating this problem is going to zoom in on that hotel as the source. That means all those devices are going to tell the investigator that that's the source of the attack. And then what's their internet service provider going to do? Well, they're going to turn the switch off. They'll stop any device connecting to the internet. Think about how much of a problem that's going to be for that hotel. They won't be able to do anything. They won't be able to take payments. They won't be able to run any internet connected device. And I think that's going to cause a real problem for them. But they're a casualty, just like Katie was back in the beginning. And it's all going to be worth it in the end. I just can't wait to find out what we're doing.
Maze.
It's Maze. Hello?
So, are you ready for the next stage?
Thank you so much for watching this month's episode of Cyber Fables. As you can see, we had a lot of fun recording that one this month, and we tried to squeeze a lot in there. This is a really important thing to be talking about. I'm sure you travel. When you travel, you see a number of different Wi-Fi networks. These are an enormous way to carry out that kind of exploitation, which is why we really wanted to focus some attention onto that. But you will have seen a number of different other kinds of attacks that we could have done that wouldn't have worked quite as well. Now, they would have worked. We would have been able to spread that malware effectively, but using a USB device and USB drops wasn't right for this attack. That doesn't mean it wouldn't have been right for something else. And of course, the same is true for phishing. Phishing is still one of the most common types of social engineering attack around at the moment, and it's certainly the kind that you're going to experience the most. But let's look specifically at that Wi-Fi attack, a rogue access point or evil twin attack. What could have gone differently? What could have happened that would have changed this outcome? Well, first off, we absolutely were engaged in some strange behavior while sitting in a hotel. You will have seen people walking around behind us, and yet no one thought to ask, what's happening? What's going on here? Is this equipment allowed? And that little conversation could have changed the way that this attack played out. It would have shown the attacker that the hotel, the target, has a defensive posture. Next, a lot of people assumed that everything was happening was normal. The hacker even pointed out that people don't tend to interfere with equipment they don't understand. But if you see something in your environment that wasn't there before that you don't understand, there is nothing wrong with asking questions about it. And that's really what would help capture these kind of incidents before they become a problem. And you might not find the device itself, the pineapple itself, but you certainly might notice new networks popping up. There's nothing wrong with talking about that. Next, we hid the device. We would have placed that somewhere where staff would either ignore it because it's visible, or we would have placed it somewhere where it's unlikely to get noticed. But we're still not there to defend it. And that device needs to live there for quite some time. In the video, you will have seen that this attack lasted 6 weeks. Over the course of 6 weeks, odds are someone would have seen that device and either would have ignored it or left it alone. If strange devices start appearing, it's definitely worth raising that to someone who can do something about it. And last but not least, we see unknown networks all the time. Anytime that you go to a fast food restaurant, a new hotel, a new place, there is a Wi-Fi network there for you to connect to. But if you don't recognize it, there is a chance that it could be someone trying to exploit you. Using things like VPNs is going to help you prevent exploitation in this way. So, what's the moral of the story? What were we trying to get you to think about? Well, of all the things, whilst Wi-Fi networks are incredibly important and something we do need you to pay attention to, the most important thing that you could have done to stop this attack from being successful was to challenge, was to find the problem and then talk about it. Let people know that there is something that doesn't seem right. No one's going to say anything to you for highlighting what you think might be an issue, even if you're wrong. So, next time on Cyber Fables, you will have seen that we didn't show you the outcome. What happened from this malware? What happened now that we've infected thousands upon thousands of people with a botnet? Well, I can tell you that Maze has a plan, and the hacker certainly is going to play a part in that. So look forward to next time when we see the outcome of a massive weapon like a botnet. Thank you so much for taking part, and we'll see you next time.